Identity theft is the fastest growing crime. Already today, 7% of the country this year is going to be a victim of identity theft. If you extrapolate that out 10, 15, 20 years, literally every person in the United States will have become a victim of identity theft.
I worked hard all my life so that we could enjoy our retirement, and the thieves tried to take all of that away. I found out that this was happening when I received a call telling my wife and I that someone was trying to open accounts under our names. After that, I started getting all of these credit cards in the mail with both my wife's name and my name on them. I was paranoid about having my identity stolen, so immediately I got on the phone and started calling each credit card company and telling them that we were victims of identity theft. I called the bank and they pulled up my account and they tell me, you have a balance of $124. And I said, what? I said, I've got over $8,000 in my account. And they said, no, you've only got $124 in it. We went through and picked out all the fraudulent activities that were there.
Someone who's a victim of identity theft, from my experience, is someone who is going through an enormous trauma. It's so shocking to the victim because they're going to this creditor expecting that they're going to get help, like a police officer would help this person. And instead, the creditor is doing things that are indifferent. And without a good credit score, you can't rent an apartment, you can't finance a vehicle, you can't refinance a home. And not only that, there is a huge psychological impact to someone in terms of what has happened to their credit score, that they have worked their whole life building.
After this happened to me, I spent most of my time trying to resolve the situations, and it was very devastating. My wife had a heart attack during that same time, so the stress factor was much more severe.
If someone commits identity theft in the state of California, and they've committed identity theft against 100 people, 10 people, or 50 people, they get the exact same punishment, and that's 16 months, 2 years, or 3 years across the street in the county jail. That doesn't seem like a fair punishment, and I do believe that we have fallen behind in terms of how we are addressing identity theft.
You can ruin a person's life, wipe them completely out of their life savings, and all they get is a slap on the hand for 1 year in prison. It's ridiculous.
Oftentimes, victims of identity theft are dealing with this issue still after the person who stole their identity has gotten out of jail and has served their sentence. So the victimization goes on for years.
The fear is still in the back of my mind that as soon as this guy gets out of jail, he's still got my Social Security numbers, and he's still got my wife's Social Security numbers, and there's not a darn thing we can do about it. What would happen if they turned around and sold him to 100 people? I can't understand how people can be so heartless. It's one of the worst nightmares I've ever been through in my entire life.